Okay. This is the second time I'm recording this, so hopefully I sound as enthusiastic as I did the first time. Hello. Hi guys! Another video to... Today I'm going to be talking about a little subject that's kind of taboo in our society. And I don't really know why, because half of it... This is the third freaking time. I'm so hungry. Okay, so I am going to be talking about drugs today and the ones I have experienced, because you know it's a time of my life that that really happened. And let me get serious because I'm cleaning whilst I'm recording the fucking video. I'm going to be talking about 5 drugs that I have had experience in trying, the effects were like for me, and how I handled that. So I'm gonna start off with alcohol, like a best friend that I've never had. Like, I mean, I almost feel like I was born into being, how can I explain this without sounding like an alcoholic? Okay, I am Ugandan, so it's like alcohol gets drunk off me. There's not been a time, a few, but not really many times where alcohol has defeated me. Honestly, if it has, I've probably had vodka or something, or white spirit, because that's just not something that my body takes to. In terms of alcohol generally, the first time I tried it I was 2 years old. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say about alcohol. Like, my favourite drink right now is Magnum. That just does the job perfectly for me. Just the vibe it gets, like one Magnum is just perfect. Yeah, it's just cool. I'm not really big on drinking alcohol because it's just too much. Like, it's continuous drinking, continuous going to the bathroom or the toilet. Like, I don't really like that side of it. You can think you're just drinking it and it's a good time, but then sometimes it just clicks and you're in a whole completely different dimension of drunkenness, and then you're blacking out, and it's very scary. My tip for alcohol would be, do not mix alcohols, especially the colours. Don't mix dark rum with white rum. Don't mix wines with anything other than wine. Like, wine and wine is fine. White wine and rosé, red wine and rosé, perfectly fine. But, you know, with spirits and stuff, don't do that. Honey, you do not want to do that. You will forget what you did last night if you do that. You won't even remember where you are in the moment if you do that. Anything bubbly, probably stay clear of. But if you are going to drink a bubbly alcohol, like Prosecco or champagne, just stick to that. Don't mix champagne or Prosecco or sparkling alcohols with anything. It does not do justice. You will be vomiting. You'll be on a vomit comment. You will not stop. Like, trust me, you will be chucking up some flavors. Don't do it. That is my alcohol advice. Also, I don't know if I said before, but I'm not trying to encourage or advise or, you know, insist on people doing drugs. I'm literally just speaking about my experience. And because this is going to be, like, a clip of it is going to be on my Instagram as well, I don't want people to kind of confuse the two too much, because my YouTube is really more of just my sheer self-expression. It's not meant to be cliche YouTube channel. I'm just kind of going with the flow with it. It's like, when I have an idea to record something, I'm gonna do it. This is not a cliche topic that people usually talk about, so that's why I'm talking about it, because I have actually had experience in it. So I'm gonna talk about it, obviously, because I'm fearless. Well, fear's scared of me. No, but I'm fearless, and I would like to encourage people to be fearless too, but not to follow in my footsteps in what I've experienced. Okay, this is my life path. This is my life journey and I'm just here to share my story. The second one I've tried is weed. And I have like a love-and-hate relationship with weed, with Mary, because I feel like she doesn't want to understand me, but I've taken the time to understand her. I understand certain strains. Some strains will make you feel mellow and chill, more relaxed, and you just want to just be. Whereas others can give you energy and will make you want to hear music, will make you want to dance and stuff like that. So if I'm trying to come out of my head, I'm gonna take a more relaxing strain. If I'm at a party, I'm gonna have more of a upbeat strain, or a strain that makes me feel more upbeat, or to enjoy the music and enjoy people's company more. However, no matter what strain, I still have a misunderstanding with weed. Like, preferably smoking weed when I'm outside is so much better because I can balance the high as I'm getting high. But if I don't have that, it just plays with my nerves, plays with my anxiety, and I just become so weird and closed, and I just go in my head, so I overthink everything. And then if I'm with people, that's more nerve-wracking, because then I'm like, okay, I think people are gonna realize that I'm in my head. Oh, but I'm actually in my head. Like, I'll just go in circles. It's like a love and hate relationship with weed. Like, I feel like I can handle it better by myself, but yeah. However, when I have it with Magnum, that joint collaboration, match made in heaven. Perfection. Magnum first. Once I get to terms with the drunk level of Magnum that I'm on, and then I get a bit of a spliff rolled by me. Perfect. Bro, I have more liquids. This one just isn't finished yet. After weed, I tried MDMA / ecstasy. Now, I feel like these two drugs have such an unnecessary negative stigma attached to them. Like, I don't think they're any different to alcohol, really, but I think they're kind of placed on a similar level as cocaine, and I don't really know why, but anyway, like, that's just how I feel like it is in terms of drug ranking. I feel like once it's above weed, it's like people kind of just bunch it in with cocaine and stuff. That's how I feel. My experience with taking MD, now I didn't know that they were both synonymous. I didn't know that they were the same. I hope that's the right word, like, because sometimes my mind just throws out words and it's like, is that the right word? Like, the Capricorn in me is like, is that the right word? Am I right? Was I right saying that word? When I tried MD, it was more of like as I knew the two to be, MD was like a white-ish, like an off-white rock, powdery kind of colour, and ecstasy was like a pink pill. So that's why I thought they were two different drugs, but as per my research, they're pretty much the same thing. And as my effects that I've had when I've tried both of them, not together, they were pretty much the same. With MD though, it was more of being at one with the whole atmosphere. So just to give you a bit of background of where my life was at when I tried it, I was going to a lot of festivals and doing a lot of bar crawls and going out to a lot of raves, jungle raves, and just really living my best life, having a hot girl summer. I tried the MD and it was lit. Like, when I would be at a rave, the music was enhanced. I could hear almost every element of sound in a song, and it just obviously makes the experience a lot more enjoyable. My confidence was complete. I had 100% confidence. I was a lot more sociable and more comfortable speaking to people. I was just more of a whole person. It didn't really change who I was at the core. It just kind of took away any insecurities I would have had and made lights brighter and sound more enhanced and stuff like that. Like it was really an experience. It wasn't just me. Like when I have alcohol at a party, it's just like, yeah, I'm drunk and I can feel it in my mind. However, and obviously it kind of affects your stability and your balance, but when I was on MD or ecstasy, it was just like I was completely in control. I guess you're never really in control, but in terms of my explanations, I was a lot more in control and I felt like I was in control, and it was just so enhanced. I could feel the music, I could visually feel the lights somehow. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just the experience I had, okay? I could honestly say that that year was the most fun I've had in my life. I don't want to say it was solely down to the drugs. I think the people were a bigger part of why I had so much fun, because I was going to so many different festivals and raves with like the same group of people, and it was lit. I believe alcohol is a gateway drug, because when I tried MD and ecstasy, I was always grown up to have a negative view on drugs as well, so it's not like I was open to doing it. I'm not encouraging people to try it, so don't do it. Don't even do it because I'm talking about this. Yeah, this is just my story, and I know I get it, like you want to try it because I'm talking about it, but don't do it. Don't. But alcohol versus MD, like I would probably say MD was better because it was still me, whereas alcohol is like, I don't know, like you can slur, like you can also kind of forget what happened, but I didn't have that kind of effect with MD, so, or ecstasy. And the next one that I tried was shrooms. I tried shrooms in Amsterdam and they were fake. Yeah, they were fake. I was robbed of my money, my hard-earned euros. Yeah, I bought a pack of shrooms and I took the whole pack, not even thinking, and that made me panic, and I was really anxious because I was overthinking. I was thinking, oh my gosh, like what's gonna happen to me? And it was my first time trying shrooms, but yeah, I was overthinking. I was really overthinking. You know, I was scared. Like, I was really scared because I was thinking, oh my gosh, I've taken this whole pack of mushrooms and none of my friends had the whole pack. And the thing is, it's like, they were already in Amsterdam, so I just met them out there. I think they had a little bit. So when they were like, yeah, we tried some, we got some, I was like, okay, cool, I'm down to try it. I already knew them, I was really comfortable with them, so I was like, let me try some mushrooms, why not? And obviously I've already had so many drugs beforehand, so I was kind of on an experience tap of summer that year. But yeah, so when I bought the shrooms, I ate the whole pack, but they didn't eat the whole pack, and then I was like, what am I gonna do? So I was just really anxious, but nothing actually happened because they were obviously fake. Or they weren't shrooms. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was weak sauce. I don't know what it was, but it was weak sauce. Nothing happened to me. I think the most effect that I got was the lights in our apartment were just glowing, and we were watching Family Guy, and I just found the punchlines a bit more funnier than I would have if I was sober. So that was really the most effect that I got from taking mushrooms. So I was just like, this is weak sauce. This is weak sauce. And I didn't do it again. But I do want to try mushrooms. I see on social media a lot of people have done mushrooms throughout like lockdown and quarantine because obviously there was nothing else to do. And I hear the trip is crazy, like you can hallucinate and open up or go to different dimensions, and that's kind of my brand right now. Like, I'm trying to experience that, so don't hit me up, but like I kind of want to have it happen one day, maybe in the future. I would love to try mushrooms. Like, that's definitely on my bucket list. somewhere on my bucket list, somewhere on the top. But last but not least, the one that is the most scary one to kind of talk about, the one that's like, no, no, cocaine. I have tried cocaine. Yeah, cocaine. Charlie. Yes, I've tried it once and once and one time only. Yes, it was an experience to say the least. I will never do it again, and that's not even me saying it now. That is the only never I can definitely give out. And if I am ever on it, it wasn't my consent. No, I will never try it again. And the reason why is because when I tried it, it was an experience. Like, I felt like I was in like a rave. It wasn't necessarily mine. I didn't have to deal with like, it was offered, so I was like, let me try it. I've never tried it before. So I tried a really small amount. It was like dust. It wasn't a lot. Like, even, I think it was less than what a normal person that takes cocaine. And I know people that take a lot of cocaine probably take a lot more cocaine, but I really took a little bit. I took a little bit. Like, I took the smallest amount I could possibly take, because I knew I didn't want to take enough to feel it. I just wanted to take a little bit, and it's like, I told myself as well in that moment, I was like, if I get an effect from it, great, because then I can, you know, I can actually experience it. But if I don't, I'm not going to try more, because I was already kind of skeptical. I already knew it was a very high-end drug, and it's, you know, it's easily addictive, and I just didn't want to risk having an addiction for something that I wasn't prepared to be addicted to. So I tried it, and I did get an effect from it, and it was lit. It was lit, but I will never do it again. Why? Because, honey, it took me to utopia. I was in the land of the perfection. Like, I had no worries, no insecurities, no faults. I didn't see anything. I had double glazed rose tinted glasses on. Like, any worry, any slight worry I had, any slight uncertainty was completely gone. Any insecurity I had was gone. I was at my highest confidence. I felt like I had won a lottery. Like, everything about the world was perfect. Like, I just couldn't see anything wrong. Like, I was just so extremely happy. But then the next day, god damn, child, I woke up in hell. Like, my vibe was so low. And you know, usually with like a drug that has a come down, so like with MD, you feel, you know, like more confident and stuff like that, but you're not really gonna come down and feel lower than sober. You're just gonna be sober, but maybe you'll be a bit tired. You know, with alcohol, you'll be sober, but maybe you'll feel a bit sick. But with cocaine, I came down and I wasn't sober. I wasn't sad. I was like, I felt depressed. Like, I felt like everything that I once thought was good in my life had gone. My world was shattered. Nothing was worth being optimistic for. Like, I was so low. I woke up, randomly started crying, and I was just thinking, at that moment, I was thinking, this is crazy. Like, why am I sad? Like, why am I feeling like this? What happened? Like, I had a great time last night at the party with my friends, the rave. We had a good time. Like, what is making me so sad, and what changed? And it was at that moment when it clicked, and I was like, oh, I did try some cocaine, and I did feel like I was on top of the world. So maybe, like, I just put two and two together, and I was just like, maybe this is the come down. And then once I realized that, I was just like, wow, this is a hell of a drug. So I just had to kind of come to terms with it, and I came to terms with the fact that, okay, this isn't really your actual state. This isn't an actual state of how you're feeling. It's just a chemical imbalance because of where you were before with a drug. Now obviously your mind, your body has to kind of go into the opposite to then bring it back to balance. So once I came to terms with that, I was like, okay, let me just flow with this. So I just had to be in that state, but it's like it lasted up until the early evening the next day from the morning. So I was just like, nah, this is mad. Like, I can't do this drug. Like, even if it's just offered to me, I can't keep this up, because one, I'm gonna be addicted, period. Like, it's just that kind of drug that will be an addictive. Because if I was weak-minded, and let's say if I had the drug there in that moment, because I just tried it from my friend offering it, but if I had the drug with me when I was that low and I was weak-minded, I probably would have just thought, well, you know, let me just take some more of the drug and just get back to being high, and or let me just balance out the low vibe I'm feeling back to sobriety. And that's where the dangerous part of it comes in, because now you're replacing your body's normal way of rebalancing your emotions with a drug, and then obviously that will just keep you in a loop of chasing a high that you'll never feel again, because it will never be as great as the first time, because the first time you didn't even know you could get that high. So then that's when I made the decision. I was like, it was a great experience, but it was a great depression too. That's why I'll never do it again. And that's actually all I've tried so far. I am open to experiencing drugs because I feel like the type of person I am and the way I see the world, and the kind of life experience I would like to look back on if I'm blessed to see old age, would be not just drug filled, but like, it's something that I'm open to, but I will never go out looking for it. If I happen to have friends that, you know, have tried LSD and I feel like they're people I can trust and be around, then I might want to try that. I might want to try LSD. I do want to try shrooms, real ones, because I heard you can go to like different dimensions and stuff and hallucinate. And I really want to see that. Like, people have told me stories of their experiences, and it's just like, it's crazy. That's all for my video. Let me just close it there. Thank you for watching. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Do not do drugs. Thank you for watching.